Bugün Beyaz Saray kartının medya günü gerçekleşti. Kart haftasına girdiğimizden beri tüm olan olayları hızlı bir şekilde sizlere aktarmaya çalışıyorum. Bu videoda da Ilia Topuria ve Justin Gaethje'ye medya gününde sorulan soruları Türkçe bir şekilde izleyeceğiz. Beraber izleyelim dedim. Bunu basın toplantılarında zaten yapıyorduk. Medya gününe de uyarlamak istedim. Türkçe bir şekilde birlikte izleyelim. Bu videoda sadece Ilia ile Justin olacak ama bugün 2 video paylaşacağım. Alex Pereira, Ciryl Gane'ın da medya günü videosu yayınlanacak. Gece saatlerinde kanalda bulabilirsiniz onu da. Tek başıma yapıyorum hepsini. Bayağı da bir mesai alıyor. Sizlerden ricam, eğer ki hala abone değilseniz alt kısımdan abone olarak destek olabilirsiniz bana. Tüm herkese de teşekkür ederim şimdiden. Daha fazla uzatmadan hızlıca medya gününe geçelim.
Hey Ilia, I feel like a lot of your fights get a little bit of edge in the lead up towards them. You know, you and Max went back and forth. There's a little bit with you and Volkanovski, but were you surprised that Justin made this as personal as he did?
I was surprised too, a little bit. I wasn't expecting him doing this kind of things, but it is what it is. We ready for everything, for every kind of situations.
He did come in here earlier and say that he was only joking, and you know, it was taken a little bit out of context. I'm curious if you took those words as a joke, or if you feel like these are things that you can't joke about.
That I took it as a joke? What do you mean?
He said that he meant it as a joke. You know, the whole I would leave you as well. Like he was joking when he said that.
He said so many things after what he said. First of all, he said like that he wasn't meaning about the divorce. Then he said that he was joking. Whoever, I don't care. Honestly, you can take anything personal from an idiot. He's an idiot. My father is my dad. That's all.
We have seen.
Did you saw that video?
Yes, I did.
My father is my dad.
Justin geçen gün yaptığı röportajda İngilizce'de çok anlamsız bir şey söyledi. Onunla dalga geçiyor İlya'da.
We have seen different sorts of Gaethjes in the past. You know, against Fiziev, he was much more technical. Against Paddy, he was much more reckless. Which one are you expecting on fight night? And do you think maybe that's just who he is now, the version we saw against Paddy?
I think that we are gonna see a completely different Justin that we used to see. He's gonna show up in a completely different style. He's gonna try to wrestle. He's gonna try to come out with the hard kicks, with the inside leg low kicks, outside, with the high kicks, with the strategy to go to later rounds and then be like fading and come up with the punches. So what we are expecting is to see a completely different Justin.
He has said he wants to come forward, unlike some of your other opponents, which on paper seems like maybe a little bit of a bad idea. Do you think he's just trying to throw you off with some misdirection perhaps, and actually that's not his strategy?
Listen, if he's going to try to move forward, we all know what's going to happen. I'm going to put him to sleep in the first two minutes. But I don't know how much of what he's saying is the truth. But whatever. He's going to have to deal with my strategy. I'm not going to have to deal with his. So.
Last one from me. You are fighting outside, and I've seen you training outside. You're getting used to it. What do you think is the weirdest thing that you might have to face with fighting outside?
Bu arada kartın esnasında yağmur yağabileceğini söylüyorlar. Yani gerçekten böyle bir şey olursa film sahnesi gibi olur. İnanılmaz efsane bir boyuta taşınır. Maçı aslında tam performansta görmek istiyorum. Hiç bu tarz etkenler olmasın ama eğer ki böyle bir şey de olursa en ikonik anlardan birisini görürüz. Yağmurda hafiften kayıyorlar falan. Muazzam bir şey olur.
Bugs, is it the rain? What is the thing that you might be the strangest thing to deal with?
Good question. Actually, I don't know what kind of things that I'm going to be facing fighting outside, since it's the first time that I'm fighting outside. I don't know, but as I told you, we prepared for everything. I'm gonna have to fight in the same circumstances as my opponent. We are gonna be both in the same octagon, dealing with the same. We are gonna have to deal with the same things. Not specifically with the same things, because he's going to have to deal with me and I'm going to have to deal with him, which is a little bit different. But yeah.
You're representing Georgia at the White House in the international stage. What does that feel for you to be representing your country of Georgia, a small country in the Caucasus, on such a huge global stage?
It means a lot to me to be representing Georgia and also Spain, place where I grew up. So it means a lot to have both countries supporting me and me representing them in one of the biggest sports event in the history. So yeah.
So you are part of this very special group of fighters to win belts in 2 divisions, only 11 of them. 3 of them have only managed to defend the belt in first weight classes, or in both weight classes, and none of them have done it well undefeated. So you can make history by being the first to defend titles in 2 weight classes with a perfect record. How important is that to the legacy that you're ultimately trying to build in this career?
Every title defense, every fight for me is very important. But I don't base my fights anymore in titles and in those kind of things and legacy. I just go in, I do my best, and that's all.
Yeah, a lot of people have talked about what you've built with so much effort and sacrifice. Do you think there's anything about you that people still
Bu arada
underestimate?
İlya'ya İspanyolca soru sordukları için o da İspanyolca cevap veriyor. Bunları İngilizce olarak koyacağım.
Y así lo respaldo.
I think that what happens is people get confused. They confuse my confidence for arrogance. They don't understand that, and I guess maybe they don't see that everything has come from hard work and discipline and sacrifice. And everything that I say is about facts and about accomplishment. So that's what I see. Is there anything that Justin does better than you?
Seguro.
I haven't thought about this, but I mean, he just kind of throws himself out to the public. He throws himself out there more than I do. You've said before that Justin maybe crossed a line in the comments recently. And so what do? You're always calm, cool, collected inside the octagon. How do you just calculate and assess this so that a comment like this and just being bothered about it doesn't turn into something emotional inside the octagon?
Ese estilo.
I think that throughout my career, I've always faced situations that, turn into that, and it turns into personal and professional. But I've always been able to manage those and turn those things into something. It is personal, but I've always been a professional. I do believe that I know how to handle situations like this. And on the 14th of June, you're going to see that I'm going to be the professional that I am, and I will know how to turn those situations into a professional effort. After everything that you've gone through, that we talked about the personal situations and everything they've gone through. Are we ready to see Ilia Topuria that's going to be even more, more disciplined, more calculated, more hard work, and someone at a whole nother level?
Seguro que no voy a hacer.
The mental aspect that I've had, all the confidence that I've had, has always been based on, the faith that I have on everything that I've done, on the mindset. It has taken me here, and it has been able to bring me to this point right now. That has been the base for everything I've done. I don't know if I'm going to see myself more concentrated, more mentally strong than I've ever been. I can tell you something, it won't be less. It will be the Ilia that you know. And what would be the most valuable teaching that you teach your son that you would like everyone to hear from you?
What I always used to say, through discipline, hard work, humility, you can achieve anything in this life. Life is a dream, so dream on till the dream comes true.
It is very clear your confidence of a win on Saturday against Justin Gaethje. So have you thought about the next step? What comes next? Have you thought about maybe after a win like this, going up in weight and facing Islam Makhachev, or maybe now that Conor's back, we know he's fighting soon, so would you like to fight him? So what comes next? Or have you thought about this?
Çok önemli bir maç var. UFC tarihinin en büyük gecesi olacak. Buradaki bu soru saçma olmuş bence.
I've not thought about this, and again, I've gone for a long time. I was in a position of a contender. They had to knock on people's doors and get my opportunity, and now I think I've earned the spot of being someone that has what people want. And if you want a piece of this, go ahead and knock on the door. We'll be waiting for you.
People sometimes compare your undefeated rise and dominance in this sport to the career of Khabib. Do you think such comparisons make sense? And if you had ever met Khabib in the octagon, how do you think that fight would have played out?
I've left that man alone. He's already retired. How it play, I don't know. And I guess we're never going to know. I don't think he's going to come back ever. So I have nothing more than respect for Khabib. Thank you very much. Gracias.
Justin, you have said leading into this fight, based on the press conference you shared the stage with Ilia last time, that he gets overly emotional sometimes, and other men has a power over him when he does that. Do you feel like you've gotten him over emotional with some of the comments made in the lead up to this fight?
I hope so. I hope he's going to come out very aggressive.
Is there any part of you that feels like, man, maybe I should just lean all the way into it at the press conference, cuss him out and try and really rile him up and get him out of his game plan? Or is that just not you as who you are?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I'm definitely not trying to be something I'm not. Most of the time I'm just being a
Justin
funny
çok
guy.
düz adam değil mi ya? Alengirli işlere girip böyle plan kuracak bir tip olduğunu düşünmüyorum ben.
I think I'm a pretty funny guy. A lot of things when something's in text, it's very, very hard to understand the context of things. rather than when you see a video.
Were you surprised he took some of the, you would leave him as well comments quite so badly, or did you kind of figure he would maybe?
No, I mean, again, nobody's ever seen a video of that interaction. Nobody. You can't pull it up. It's not out there. They only put the text out. So I was joking. I thought it was funny.
You said in this fight that you have to do something that other guys don't tend to do against Ilia, and that's go forward and be very aggressive. Is that the game plan, or are you kind of giving us a bit of misdirection there? What exactly is your intentions in this fight?
Everything is misdirection. I'm never gonna, show my.
Justin hiç açık vermiyor gerçekten. Ben az önce İlya'nın dediğine de katılıyorum. Bence farklı bir tarzda görebiliriz Justin'den. Güreşe giden bir Justin bile görsek ben şaşırmam açıkçası.
Before the fight. So we'll see.
When you look at Ilia's resume, and you fought the best of the best as well, right? But
Yeah.
him beating Max and Volk and Charles in the way that he did, where do you rank him against the names that we consider greats, like those names? Where do you rank him in his
He's up
skills?
there. I mean, his last 3 fights have been spectacular. He is one of the best in the world. He is the best in the world right now. He's considered the best in the world. Top 2. He's number 2 on the pound for pound division list. And yeah, this is a huge task for me. Huge challenge. I'm a huge underdog, and I love the challenge. I mean, he's beat 2 people that knocked me out. Well, Charles didn't knock me out, but he pretty much knocked me out before he choked me out. This is a huge challenge for me. Huge challenge. But I don't see myself as the underdog. I feel like I'm ready and I'm capable of beating this guy, obviously. I wouldn't be at this stage, and I wouldn't be in these level of fights if I didn't have that self-belief in myself.
And do you think all of the stuff that kind of got cross-wired and the comments that were made, and then that, the face-off and that you guys had, do you think this now transcends a little bit of the sport matchup and the fact that you're just guys having a fight, or maybe this got a little bit too personal by the time it gets to the White House on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you guys have to understand we're going to try to hurt each other. So there's nothing more personal than that. Words mean nothing, and nothing that's been said will mean anything on June 14th when I get in the cage with this guy. Yeah, he's been wrong about me so many times. I mean, I heard when he heard that I was going to fight Paddy Pimblett, he said I had 0 chance, and I definitely won that fight. And yeah, I mean, this is a crazy sport. He definitely could knock me out in the first 2 minutes. It wouldn't be because he's that much better than me. It's because this sport is so fucking crazy, and anything can happen.
And is that the difference between you guys? You always say you make peace with the worst possible outcome before you get in there, and it allows you to fight the way you want to fight. Is that maybe something that he hasn't experienced yet in knowing how to do that?
He's backed himself into a corner because when we go to the second round,
Burada kesinlikle haklı. Bence çünkü İle çok büyük konuştu. İlk 2 dakika içerisinde bitireceğim diyor onu. Burada da ikinci raunda geçtiğimizde kendine bunu nasıl açıklayacak diyor. Çünkü kafa olarak o anda yapmak istediğin şeyi yapamadığın pozisyonda geliyorsun. Bence de keşke bu kadar iddialı şeyler söylemeseydi değil ya.
How is he going to justify that to himself? I do not go in there with expectations. I expect 25-minute war, and I expect to have to dig deep and have to overcome a lot of adversity. And I'm ready to do that. I'm going to be in control. I'm going to be present. I'm going to love it. I'm walking into a cage against a guy that's trying to hurt me very badly. And so none of those things really matter.
I mean, it is weird how sports are like this sometimes. Like, do you start to believe in fate a little bit? Like, you talked about how your first fight was outside. This fight is outside. This is your chance to win an undisputed championship. It's happening on the White House, as an American. Do you start to believe that destiny is playing in this, or do you not play with any of that?
I think my destiny is to inspire people through my actions. I don't think that I deserve anything more than anybody else. I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I don't think I've been chosen by
İle'ye
God.
laf sokuyor burada tamamen.
I constantly thank God for these opportunities and for this life and for the opportunity. I asked to be used in the best way possible. If that's losing and then showing people that life goes on and you could still, have the desire to be happy and live, then that can happen. Then I'll take that. Whatever. But I don't think I'm better than or I deserve anything. I think I've been put here to show people how to be accountable and to thrive under pressure.
You mentioned you were the underdog. It's been going around all over the internet last few days. Arman Sarukian placed a $1 million bet on you to win. I guess what's your thoughts on his vote of confidence in you?
I have 0 thoughts on anything outside of myself and
En saçma soru buydu net yani.
Thank you.
Can't worry about that stuff.
You're already a legend. You're going to be a Hall of Famer. You've accomplished so many things that many people have not been able to accomplish in the sport. Where do you think a win against someone who's actually having this legendary run and has done what Ilia has done would put you in this whole thing?
Yeah, I think it will absolutely solidify me as obviously the most exciting, the most consistent, but one of the most legendary fighters that's ever stepped inside this cage. And I've been a huge fan of this sport, and I've seen everybody's career. I've seen everybody's story, and yeah, I think mine would be at the top. This is movie worthy.
Justin, and the last time you fought against powerful striker was Rafael Fiziev twice and Dustin Poirier. You did a very good job in these 3 fights. My question is simple: is this a better matchup than people thought? Because also Ilia got knocked down in this weight class in the past. So do you think it's a better matchup that the analysts said and the people said in the world?
I mean, I think if you were to have to describe my fighting style, it would be striking. And this is definitely a striking-heavy opponent, as opposed to Khabib and Charles Oliveira. And so I think it's a better matchup for me than the other 2 times that I have been in championship fights.
And if you point the ground the 10 first seconds as against Max Holloway, do you will handle it which way as Max and take distance, or you will meet him in the center of the octagon?
I am not going to make any decisions based on his actions. I'm going to fight my fight, and I'm going to follow my coach's game plan, which we have been vigilantly studying this guy and his tendencies for the last 12 weeks, and I'm going to go in there and be perfect. Thank you guys.
Justin Gaethje'yi çok odaklanmış gördüm. Hani hiçbir şekilde açık vermemeye çalışıyor oyun planı ile ilgili. Bayağı bir konsantre maça. Maça gelen süreçte aslında birçok kişi Paddy'yi burada görmek istiyordu. Justin'in artık yaşının geçtiğini ve Paddy'nin bir genç kan olarak daha iyi performans gösterebileceğini düşünüyordu Ilia'ya karşı. Ama şu anki duruma baktığımızda hani bir performans tabii ki görmedik ama hazırlanış ve odaklanış biçimi açısından bence Justin buraya tam olarak cuk oturdu. Son bir şansı var. Alabilecek mi? Onu göreceğiz ama mentalitesi iyi gözüküyor. Ilia'nın kısmına geldiğimizde de bence çok sakin geçmiş. Aynı özgüvenli Ilia. Bitirebileceğinden emin. Kendine güveniyor. Cevap veremedikleri hiçbir soru olmamış. Güzelce cevaplamışlar ikisi de. Birkaç gün kaldı maça. Ben elimden geldiğince gündemdeki olayları aktif tutmaya çalışıyorum. Başta dediğim gibi de gece Alex Pereira ile Ciryl Gane'ın Medya Günü videosu yayında olacak. Onu da kaçırmamak için kanalıma abone olabilirsiniz. Cumartesi sabahı da zaten herkesin merakla beklediği basın toplantısı kanalda olacak Türkçe bir şekilde. Onu da kanalda o gün bulabilirsiniz. Bu kısma kadar izlediğiniz için çok teşekkür ederim. Bir sonraki yayınlayacağım Alex Pereira Ciryl Gane Medya Günü videosunda buluşmak üzere. Kendinize çok iyi bakın.